Thanks for stopping by, guys. Today I'm trying to get the van sort out. Yesterday I went to get the flywheel. Yes, it cost me a little sum, and I got a brand new battery for it. I have a battery, but this battery that I have at home, I have this battery long, long, long time. So it's weak, man. So I got a fully powered battery. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Match you will see it. Oops. It's the natural life here. Natural life never gonna leave you guys, I won't go nowhere leave you, man. I want you to journey along with me as I go along. Mm-hmm. So we have the Isaac family. Matthew is there, so the farm van and okay, hold on, Matthew. The farm van have 68 left until 5K. All right. Armor sweatpants is there. Armor thumbs up. Teso comedian said nice. So what is happening here today, guys? I'm trying as I go along. You notice that van is a what them call them pickup, our double cab or some cab. So it can hold some of my farmer's friend behind my seat if the rain is falling. And I have the back part of the cab in which to carry the plantain, the bananas, the coke. You want me? All right, hold on. Cheers, girl. Sorry about that. So my little chair dropped that I was sitting on to interrupt me with my chat to say what's going on. I couldn't afford to buy a brand new van. And Tessa is there, comedian saying nice. So what I really wanted was a van with a back. Yeah, Armor said I'm at work. Have a blessed day, everyone. Thanks for coming, Armor. Thumbs up, man. So even though I know I have the chores to do because I was in Panama, I have all those clothes to wash, and we're multitasking today, man. And we're gonna keep going. So I really wanted a van of this nature. and I saw somebody selling it. It was parked for a long while. So we're trying our luck with it, man. It's just wish us well. Anyway, it's a standard driven motor vehicle. It's a Nissan. I knew it from long ago because the person that owned it used to come to repair like fridge and so for us in the neighborhood. So I told him that when he's selling it, he should let me know because of the nature of the farming that I do. Car cannot do that work. However, if I had money, I would buy a brand new vehicle, but I cannot afford a brand new vehicle. So I decided to take the chance, buy this off the owner. So I got all the papers before I reached home with it. I had to license and insure it because if I had taken it from 20 miles, carried, drive it on the road, I could catch trouble with the government, with the police. So it's already licensed and insured for 1 full year. Yeah, me spend up the money because first I had Jeremy and the mechanic test it and he said it's a okay van because it was parked for a while. LSP is there. Hey, Althea. LSP production. Thanks for coming, man. So I'm working on the van today in which to take me to the farm so that I don't have to bother anybody, pay the heavy sum to the taxi man to carry me from the farm with the goods. So I'm here, man. Thanks for coming, you all. Isaac Family Armor Visit, Matthew, LSP Production. Thumbs up for coming, man. So, as I go along the journey, I show you along the journey. Um, the starter was an issue. I bought the starter. So I have to be spending a heavy sum to put this van together because it was parked for a very long time. So it was my decision in which to try, you know. And the main reason why I wanted something like this is because it have the open back in which I can carry my farm, coconut planting, banana, and etc. So if I could relive my life, I wouldn't buy a car any part of my life again because life is too hard and it is true. So when you have a van like this, you can get work with it. So you have to understand do's and don'ts and ropes. So I'm not saying that you guys should not buy your car because everybody choose the life that they want. But if I should have relived my life, I wouldn't be buying cars because, in life, you have to do something in order to continue to eat, to continue to pay your bills. And when you have a van like this, you can, if it's running concurrently, really good, you can go to the wharf. You can advertise yourself to say that you have a van. People want things to carry. Even there is even a catch with the furniture stores. I can go to the furniture store knowing that I have the van and I can register with them to say that I could do delivery with my van. And they will want a picture of the van or and they will call you if they have furniture removal to be done and a car cannot do that. So to each his own. And I say, if a car come in this yard, it is not me. Natural life. Cars are here, but somehow maybe we decide to sell them afterward because we want no more car. If I should have the money in which to buy a new vehicle, it would be something similar to this, a double cab or a twin cab that can hold my family. But I am looking ahead in life. What can help me? Because I don't have no time for no exuberant life, no boasty lifestyle. I'm always looking for word for something to help me financially where I can ease some of the burden of my children because I don't want them alone to be taking care of me because I know when you wake up in the morning, get out of your white chocolate. Whoop, 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 whoop. Thanks for coming. Get out of your nice bed. Sometimes you don't even want to get up and you have to force yourself to go to work. So anybody who can help themselves in any given way, try to help yourself and not to pressure other people. Because some people live in cold countries, they have to get up and they have to go to work. So whatever ways and means, you have to consider things from every angle. Not because somebody may be okay with giving you Greetings, my friend. White chocolate as well. Not because somebody may be okay with giving you $1, you want to stress them all the time. So if there is a way that you can put yourself together to help yourself. And this is the reason why I start my farming. I speak with my plants, I go water my garden. When I came from Panama, the whole place was dry like a desert. We had no rain. Some of my plants were dying down. I had to be watering them. Last night, when I was lying in bed, I heard the gushing of the rain. So I'm giving thanks. We got rain. So I'm yet to go visit my farm. I know the plantains are coming up well. And in order to take the plantains from the farm, I have to have transportation or call a taxi, which will cost me a lofty sum, or call a friend which may be busy. So I'm trying to put that van together in which to take me back and forth to the farm. However, the mechanic said it's a very okay van. He said the engine is spitting well, the transmission is good, the clutch is good, and it's not a automatic vehicle, it's a clutch vehicle. I asked them if it would be okay for me to change it around in automatic. The Isaac family said, blessings, everyone. Thanks, Isaac. And he said, no, because the van will need that power, and the standard vehicle is the right vehicle. So the mechanic told me that I made a right buy. He works on trucks. You know, when we went for the van over 18 miles where it was, you remember I told you the van was in dirt, very, very dirty. And he decided that, Alti, I'm going to take this van to it because I bought it and it was there for a long while. It was there for months, sitting where I already bought it. And he said, Alti, I'm going to take the van home for you now. And I said, how are you going to take the van and home and it need redress, it need parts and all that? You know, I'm going to take my time to buy the parts for it because I know I didn't give the man whole heap of money for it. A lot of people wanted it. And you know, I prayed to get the first choice, man, because I really wanted something like this. So it was a bidding in order to get the van. Some people said they will give the man 350,000 Jamaican dollar. I didn't have such money. But you know, I managed to talk my way through it and I finally got it. So I realized that I had to spend some money on it. And when Jermaine, you know, we ride on the little bike and he said, Althea, we're gonna put the bike in the van and we're gonna carry home the van this evening. We're gonna take it out of this muddy. And I said, how are you gonna do that, Jermaine? And he started to try to start it up and he said it's a standard, it's not like an automatic. So nothing can do standard. I said, really, him can juke start it. I couldn't believe, man. I couldn't believe when, you know, I got a call, so I had to leave from where he was and go somewhere else. And he called me to say he moved the van and he's at the mechanic shop where we bought the van with the van, but it want something. What you said the van did want, Termian? Yeah. What you said the van did want for reverse it? Oh, no, man, the slave cylinder. So you said, Althea, the van need a slave cylinder in which to reverse it, because what he did, he got a push and he drove the van to the mechanic shop. So you see the van was there parked for over a year, and he moved it by driving it to the mechanic, you know, not with a starter nor nothing. So when he told me that the van want a slave cylinder, I said, what that is? So I called the person that I bought the van from and I said, the van need a slave cylinder. Where's the best place that I could get the slave cylinder to buy? And he said, go to Chris in Buff Bay. So I was already in Buff Bay. So I went to the mechanic shop, the garage. That man sell almost everything. And he said, Miss, I don't have the old slave cylinder. The amazing M&G is there. He said, I didn't have the old kit. I don't have, but I have part of it. So when I called Jermaine and I told him The amazing greetings to everyone. Thanks for coming. The amazing M&G. Guys, I soon see you, man. Really, really sit and see what you're doing. So Chris said, yes, him have part of it. So he called the mechanic to find out if that part can work for a while so that he could order the old slave cylinder for me. Hello, Althea. How are you doing today, sweetheart? Thanks so much for your warm welcome. Mwah. So I will see you soon, man, in person and on your channel. The amazing MNG said, watching from Portland, Jamaica, where the boat land. That is it. So I went and got the kit. So we didn't get the whole story about the slave cylinder. And the young man, it was night, and anything that's going on with this van, I'm there, man, all the way. He said, Althea, you have light, you have flashlight, so it's good to have flashlight in your bags. And we were at the mechanic shop, and I didn't have a flashlight, and my phone was dying down. And he said, shine your light up under the van so that I can put the slave cylinder on so that we can get the van home. And we waited. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thanks, white chocolate. And, this was another part that I started to have faith in this little mechanic man here, man. Because he moved the old van out of the mud, carried to the mechanic shop without a starter, and he told me that the van needed a slave cylinder in which to use to do the reverse. So it's my van. So I'm going to write down all the names of these things that compatible to the van and keep going, man. And whatever Jermaine cannot do on the van, he will tell me who can do it. So I give him the first choice, as we go along. So if I'm going to pay anybody to work on the van, it must be Jermaine, because white chocolate, how are you doing today, sweetheart? Said the amazing M&G. Because I see where he sent me to get the thing to reverse the van. And when he installed it, the van was working so good in reverse. So it was night, man, and it was very, very late. And he said, Althea, if we could get some men in which to help us to juke-start the van again, because I didn't know that the van could move without all these parts that is needed. We could go home with the van tonight because we were still in the area at the mechanic. So the men came and we juke-start the van, and M&G, the Isaac family said, hello, M&G, bless up. And we were on our way again. We were on our way again until I don't know if maybe we were running out of gas because something happened prior to the gas, and some of our gas when we bought the gas to throw in the van, it looked like some of it throw away. We can't talk everything, or maybe somebody take away some throw in a feeding van, or somebody dash away. So we had to leave the van at the coconut board place where I feature about the coconut. So it was safe there because men were sleeping there, and they watched the van for me. And then the other day, we got another start again. And while we were coming, I wasn't there. He went to the coconut shop for the van, and I was wondering, why isn't he home with the van yet? And I know it's a age van and it was parked for a while. We have Tessa there. Where's Tessa? All right, so I went in search for him. I got dressed and I saw the van on the road, broke down again. And he said, what did burst, Jermaine? A belt. A belt was there so rotten in it, and that belt broke. So I went to get the belt, and we started off again. We put the belt on, and we started off again. And then he said, Althea, I'm not going to force to carry the van over. Miss Davis is there. Hey, I can't stay long. I have been cleaning night or since I woke up. Me too, Miss Davis. But thanks for coming. Big up Mace, love up Macy. Mace, we here, man. So Mace asked me to tell him the amazing M&G My daughter husband asked me to tell him when I'm going to fix the van, how much it's gonna cost to be fixed and whatever it need. But I declined to call him up because there's a little thing going on with his family. And I said, let me do what I can do. Wherever I stall, I will call on him. So we have a lovely gentleman by the name of Rowan, who is also a mechanic. And he, along the way, he pulled me here, and we are here. But I didn't decide to do nothing to the van until I did my vacation. So I said, one thing at a time you can do. So this is full speed ahead. I want to know everything that is happening to the van. Yesterday I went out, I bought a battery. Jermaine told me to get a strong battery because it's not a car. On the paper, it says it's a truck. So it's more powered. It cannot use, the car battery wouldn't do well with it. I have a car battery and I decide, I have to keep charging up the car battery to get it started. So, I shut my eye and all the money that I had leave after the vacation. Because, when I checked in, they said I had to deposit 150 US. So I came home back with all that money. So I decided that I'm going to use it and see where I can go on the van. So yesterday, somebody said, Althea, buy your battery in Buff Bay because there's a shop, a new shop in Buff Bay, Lando it is, that is selling his car parts reasonable and the same battery that you want in Port Antonio, it's 22,000 Jamaican for it. And when I went to Lando shop in Buff Bay, I got that battery for less than 15,000 Jamaican dollar. Big up Lando. So I got the fully powered battery for the car. We wanted a flywheel. Somebody told me one off their engine because they said their engine is compatible to my engine, and if there is anything that is wrong with that engine, I could get their engine to buy too. But Jermaine said I don't need an engine. The engine is good. Beautiful hairstyle. Thank you so much, man. Okay. So my hairstyle is courtesy of Carrie-Ann. We have a hairdresser in our area, big her up. She does hair well, and my nails was done on the plaza. What the plaza the name again? In Port Antonio, that are the main plaza by Shana, man. I plan to big them up, man. Thanks for saying that, man. And I didn't remember. So the amazing M&G, hello, Matthew. My daughter is here, who is, I have to say it out loud, man. She's my best supporter on YT. I have to give it to her. Thank you, Miss Davis. And sometimes your husband say I'm not bigging him up enough and loud enough. So load up Mace and stay strong. Mace, I saw the chicken when I went to Panama. The mongoose, them I eat off my chicken. I had 7 little chickens. They ate 3, and somebody said, Althea, set some traps around the place before you leave. So I got the trap set and I came back and I saw my 4 little chickens and they look so big. So they are growing, man. So we are trying treacherously to put this little van together. The tires, we have 3 flat tires there. I asked my cousin Alric boy to come and get them, to carry them to the him come. A boy that out there, so Nisha, how for carry that? All right, so easier. We have some people in our corner that listen, man. So we're gonna take the tires off and carry them to the tire shop to see, if they are good enough. Maybe I have to resort to go buy 4 new tire in the future. I wanted to use the tires here on the car here because it's 4 brand new tires on the car that I bought. But Jermaine said those tires will make the van too low. So you see, they are 15 tires. So when you're going to buy things for your vehicle, you have to know what you're buying. So I wanted to transfer the tires of the car because the van say 15 and the tire say 15, but Jermaine say it's a higher type of 15 that's being used on the truck there. So he said, don't worry about the truck. So we got the flywheel. That was another sum of money for the flywheel. I couldn't get it anywhere else because instead the flywheel were under there, eat out. So what he's doing today is taking out the flywheel from under there and putting in the new flywheel. But he said to me, we have to get the electrician to see if we have any wiring to be done. So we have to go that route as well. So, Alric, what going on? Yeah, man. We have the bun. What is it? They must use egg. I put in. Oh, bread pudding. Them use egg in it. We don't want to nothing with egg. We would have some of this, but you know, I do. But it smell nice though. When you go back, ask them if they use egg in it. But most likely, you know, make you take off all I will them. But have your lunch, man. Eat your food first. You know, this is one of my favorite cousin again, man. Alric, big up yourself. And when you fly, man, you know, go for now. You stay here. So, yeah, stay on Barnland. So we fixing up, man, and him can't drive standard, so him plan to help me, if me should leave my vehicle. The truth is, if me should leave my vehicle with anybody, I would have most my cousin here and Jeremy would have managed it, man. So, anything in my and my family, family come first where that matters, man. My family come first where that matters, not here what. We have some real good friends in our corner. We big them up same way, but this cousin here that come for the tire, we grow together, sleeping at the same bed. So him now left me out and me now left him out. When I couldn't find Jermaine to come and look because Jermaine had no phone. I don't know why I'm to Jermaine and him phone them, him always a last them. But him work really, 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 really hard. And him have a little daughter. So him take from the mother, and him have to make sure him take care of his daughter. So me have to understand and him ride the bike, so maybe sometimes the phone drop out of him pocket. Jermaine need a banger. So we're gonna try our best to get the van running. So Ulrich is going to carry the tire to the tire shop to see what can happen there. So, and Ulrich is a good driver, man. Good driver, standard driver, and drive anything. His father was a truck driver, but he got sick and passed, man. May his soul rest in peace. I think them say Ulrich, my cousin, father was the best driver in our neighborhood. So for me to learn to drive that van, it won't be a problem because they will help me with the gears. And not only that, when I was learning to drive, I learned to drive from a stick. So I was driving the stick around. But somehow everybody talking about how automatic vehicle, and that was where I went wrong. So sometimes you have to go wrong to come back and go right. So I am going full speed ahead, which is right now, and that is it. That is it. Big up my friend Waterfall. Big up me. Everybody. Big up all I wanna we come on the life see this journey. So if the van work, we know gonna know. And if it not work, we know gonna know. You know? But hope it works, man, because it was already working because it drove. It drove. After sitting in the muddy for so long. And then the two best thing about the vehicle is that it have a seat behind my seat that can hold up to four passengers if the rain is falling and you are sitting in the back. So if you are buying a vehicle, people, I can only encourage you buy a van. Even in the United States of America, I was asking my daughter, why you don't just buy a truck? Because it is so true. The cars are so low. When you meet in an accident, everything goes wrong. And if you get if we don't want to say everybody's going to get it while driving on the road. But if you get a hit by a van, it seems like a high unit. It seems like you're much safer in those type of vehicle, man. So when we are about to learn to drive, let a good driver teach you to drive a, a big van or a truck so that you could be more safer because the cars maybe they are too low. I don't know what's happening. There is too many accident going on. This morning I saw a notification there's an accident in Galena, St. Mary again, and there were two cars. You buy some tough vehicle buy some tough vehicle. The other day I was in Ocherius and I was so tired. And somehow I lean up on a vehicle and it just sink in. So, what kind of vehicle and they soft? So, they're not good. They are so anytime. Eh? They not come off it. They not come off it. Anything you say, we work with it. Yeah, go make a money. All right, yeah. No, me should have called you and tell you when they come out. Yeah, me should have make you just come so. Thanks for coming, man. Jeremy and Cheryl Adventure say, hey, everyone. Thanks for coming. Where is Adson and Mission? Big him up, Cheryl. Thanks for coming to our beautiful highland in the Caribbean Sea, which is Jamaica. So I have the mechanic there working on the van in which to take to the farm. My other car is at his mechanic shop. We decide to scrap the parts and sell them. That's the decision because I have a car at his shop and we were trying to fix that car to move around, but somehow the front mirror broke, the back mirror broke, the back windshield broke, the front one broke, and we cannot get the the back one. So all the companies that we called, it's a bluebird. It's a bluebird. The trunk is good. That is the reason why I wanted to try with it again. So we decided that we're gonna scrap all those parts on that car and just sell them. So I have another car which is at Jermaine's mechanic place. And as I said, we wanted to. It is running, It is if you start it, it's gonna roll because there was a parts that I wanted that I got. But the problem that I was having is finding the windshield to fit the broken windshield. And I said, yeah, okay, let's go scrapping that car and sell the parts. So we're gonna try with this van here, Cheryl. So my cousin just came in with the pastry. It smells so nice. I wanted to taste it, but this is something that I want to talk about on a live stream one of these days. But since he already came, let me elaborate a little on it, man. The eggs. Guys, I don't eat eggs. I don't want nothing to do with eggs. And there are more than one reasons why. All right, so when I went to Panama, in the kitchen there was fish. So you have to, and when I went to the Dominican Republic, the same thing happened. They are cooking the fish by frying the fish with eggs. So if you don't eat eggs, don't eat them fried fish. What they do, they are not considerate. They are just doing their own thing. So I hope some Rastaman would be on this stream because some Rastaman don't want no egg, but them eat fish and then don't know the pros and the cons. But I tasted the egg in the fish in Dominica. That's how I know they use egg in the fish. So when I was in Panama, there was somebody who understand my language well. That steered me. I said, sorry, help me to understand everything that is in this kitchen because I cannot see through my naked eyes what is being put in the ingredients in which to make up the food. So all those breads, all those pastries, eggs. So our breads here in Jamaica, I don't think they put egg in it, but those eggs, those pastries in the kitchen over there where we were have egg in it. All right, so let me tell you some of the things that have egg. Every ice cream have egg. Say after me. Once it is not homemade, they are putting eggs in the ice cream. And all I found out was when I bought an ice cream cake for my daughter one day when I was on the road. So they will go ahead and scoop out the ice cream out of some buckets and give you in cups or on cones that there's no label for you to read there. But the ice cream cake label said egg. So when I tried to question it, yes, they use eggs to make up ice cream as well. So the mayonnaise have eggs in it. So if you don't eat eggs, you cannot use mayonnaise. If you don't eat eggs, you cannot eat ice cream. And the fish that they serve over the world now, they flour it with egg and flour and fry it. So you cannot eat them fried fish. It's better if you eat them steamed fish. I was in Buff Bay the other day and there was a lady with pastry walking around. And I wanted to support, sometimes I think I support too much. Yeah, sometimes I don't even hungry. But because they are there wanting you to support them, I said, let me buy a piece of the pudding. And immediately as I tasted the pudding, it was raw. It was raw with eggs. And banana bread, some pastries are made with egg, but I never hear of pudding making with egg. So these people are just making a mess of everything using the eggs. So I don't want to consume eggs, and anybody who don't want to consume eggs, you cannot be consuming ice cream, which is a plus for me because ice cream don't good to eat it too sweet. Enough people love ice cream and love the taste of ice cream, but it is true. It's a bad food. So thank God I learned that there is egg in ice cream, and a lot of people love mayonnaise, and mayonnaise is packed with pure oil. Oil.
Oil.
Yeah, what go on, Judge?
Yes, we go burn a place now.
Oh, it's spray pan in there, so.
Okay.
Me have some place to touch up to, but me want to touch them up myself because me no want my things them get sprayed.
You original pan
No man, that have a dog.
this? Just here.
No pan not there, Use that. So, if I should talk about egg, what I learned about egg, a lot of people haven't heard this. So one doctor said, disclaimer, I'm not, yeah, you must buy one nozzle to eat or one goat.
I was straight
You
from
find a
there.
goat?
No, something like what?
Who for
That's
goat?
them careless.
Who for goat?
Dutchy
Yeah?
boy. Cow.
In Lego the goat with the rope.
Me and young man sit and wrap up in my body.
Listen,
Why?
why the people in Lego the goat with the rope?
And they go without rope.
Well, listen, me rather them Lego the goat without the rope more than with the rope. Because the goat can't hang himself, the goat can't tangle up in a bush. Why the people them can't have no sense? Me don't know, me can't help them, me I fail myself. Who want tie goat, tie goat? Who no want tie goat, no tie goat? Me tired of it now. So so them need to secure the animal in a better way because you cannot have the animals let go with the ropes around their neck because when them gonna tangle the goat them cannot untangle themselves. I don't know how to reach these people to help them to have sense, but too much people not have no sense, and it is true. So the people them a drive fast and them now learn to stop drive so fast. I heard 5 died in a motor vehicle accident yesterday. Two car. Sure, I don't want to talk about them. Then go and do what them a do. Me I try, my pray for my family, my children, them, my good friends, them, my good family, and myself. We can't help the people them because somehow the people them feel like so them just feel extra bossy in some brand new vehicle and them to feel like so them better off than everybody else. And I don't know, man. We just cannot change the mindset of the people. That's how them think. That's how them think. We hope when them gonna get hit or hurt themselves on the road, it's just themselves them hurt because it's too much. Yesterday I was on the road and I saw a bike pass. Somebody said if that young girl flash off of the bike, nobody now go find her because where she go flash, it is unknown at the rate of how the bike was going, man. Guys, we don't know. They